We are coming to you from the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, where this afternoon WGN Sports presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, Adam Dunn, A.J. Pierzynski, and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Ryan Braun and the Milwaukee Brewers. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ken Harrelson with Steve Stone as we get set to bring you the finale of this three-game set, and it will be the rubber match. They took the opener 1-0. Boy, that was some kind of pitching matchup right there. Greinke and Sale. Greinke just a little bit better that night. Then last night it was Diane Viciedo evening. He's knocked in 4 runs. Sox won that ball game 8-6. So this afternoon on the bump, good pitching matchup.
Jose Quintana goes to the mound for the Sox, and he's done everything exceptionally well. His ERA is about 1.5. He's 2-1. So far in his 5 starts, he's absolutely been brilliant. Every time he's worked out of the bullpen, he's been brilliant. He hasn't done anything wrong, and we don't expect him to do anything wrong today. His father is in the seats. He flew in from Colombia to see this one, so it's very exciting for the youngster. But right now, he looks like he belongs. What's more important, he feels like he belongs, and I think that's going to be a big plus for him down the road. On the other side of the field, Mike Fiers goes to the mound at 2-2. His ERA about 3.5. It's a most unusual motion. He throws straight over the top, has an over-the-top curveball, and he's been pretty good for them. So we know this Milwaukee team can hit a little bit. Our offense last night came to life. Hopefully it comes to life today, and we're only a half game back.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
Chicago White Sox baseball in high definition is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Today's game is available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting provided by 97.5 FM ESPN Deportes, Chicago's first and only FM Spanish language sports radio station. Beautiful day for baseball, 88 degrees, and here are the way the Brewers are going to line them up. Aoki leading off, and it's Gomez. Last year's MVP Ryan Braun with Ramirez, Hart, Weeks, Maldonado, Ransom, and his tourist at shortstop hitting 9th. The defense and how they'll line up behind Jose Quintana. Viciedo had a big night last night along with Diaz and Rios, Hudson, Ramirez, Beckham, and Dunn. A.J. Pierzynski gets a nod behind the plate. And Jose Quintana on the hill. He's 2-1. His ERA is spectacular, 153 out for his 6th start. Opponents hitting just 238. And only 6 walks in those 35 in the 3rd inning. So hopefully today he'll be able to contain Braun and Ramirez in the middle. It's those 2 guys along with Hart that make him so tough. The umpires for the game today. Angel Campos behind the plate. Brian Knight is at first. Mike Winters is at second. And Mark Wegner is at third. So they're throwing the ball around the infield. As Robin looks on, we're ready to play baseball, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here with WGN Sports. So happy you could join us for the finale of this 3-game set. It will be the rubber match and the finale of this 6-game homestand. So here is Aoki hitting at 283 homers as he takes first pitch strike. He is 3 for 8 in this series. Brewers come in hitting at 244 as a team. That's a fair ball. And 1 out.
Good thing to keep him off base because last night he tied a franchise record, stealing 4 bases.
That'll bring up a man, one of the fastest guys in all of baseball, certainly in the National League, Carlos Gomez, hitting at 250, 3 homers. He's driven in 13.
They're playing very shallow at the corner. Adam Dunn talking with Gordon Beckham about what he should do if there's a push bunt to the right side.
Takes that pitch low and away, and here at the ballpark, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straight away center. Two 2-0 the count. Gomez looking for his first hit in the series. He's 0 for 7.
You got to look at Ron Renicky, the skipper of these Brewers. Renicky in his 2nd year with Milwaukee had 5 years of minor league managing experience before getting this job, which was his 4th opportunity to interview.
That's into short right center field. Alex. Yes. Beautiful. Reach down, bend over. Catch by Rios.
Just an excellent play because there's no way Diaz could have gotten to it. And Alex Rios, who's playing a very solid right field, comes across, keeps a very speedy base runner, Carlos Gomez, off base.
Well, he at least was going to be at second on that.
Yeah, he doesn't loaf, number 1. Number 2, he is on his way to second, as it turned out.
So here's Braun hitting at 320, 20 homers, 52 knocked in. Takes low ball 1. Ryan 2 for 7 in the series. Last year's MVP in the National League, where he had 332, 33 homers, and drove in 111. Fouls that over by our dugout.
Well, they certainly miss Prince Fielder. There's no doubt about that. However, they've got enough thunder in this lineup. It's been the pitching that's really given them some problems. All the injuries to the pitching. Giovanni Gallardo, who was a number 1 starter, Then they thought he'd be even better with Zach Greinke coming over, and it turned out he hasn't been.
1-2 the count. And as we speak, Tigers leading the Pirates 2-0. The game in the top of the third at PNC. And Cleveland did not score in the top of the first down at the Juice Box in Houston. The 1-2. These two teams have played 375 games. In the past, Sox have won 200 of them. And we have played 186 here, and we've won 106 of them. Cues that one foul.
In that Detroit game, although Pittsburgh has handled the Tigers pretty well in the first two, and they're winners of 3 in a row overall, they're running into Justin Verlander today. Usually that's not a particularly good thing for the team that he runs into, whether it's home or on the road.
He gone. 1-2-3 inning for Quintana. After half inning of play, it's their guys nothing, and our guys coming to bat.
A familiar lineup, not the Sunday lineup. Diaz leading off, and it's Beckham. Dunn at first base with Paulie the DH. Rios, AJ, Viciedo had a big night last night with Ramirez and Hudson. The defense, another lineup behind Fires. Braun Gomez and Aoki in the outfield with Ransom as tourist, Weeks and Hart in the infield. Martin Maldonado behind the plate, and Michael Fires on the hill. He throws straight over the top. He's 2-2, his ERA 3.5. This is his 5th start. He's actually thrown pretty well. Has great control. You see just 4 walks. He's around the plate with everything. Not overpowering, but has a little jump on that fastball.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. Alejandro hitting at .291 for homers. He's driven in 28. 0 for 5 in this series. Sox come in hitting at .255 as a club with a 3.97 ERA. Sox 18-21 here at home and 19-13 on the road. And right now, let's check out our BMW picks to click. Chimangio, our director and the crew. They went with Hudson. Steve's going with Diaza. And Mike Rossi and Brenda Prudhomme. And all the great folks that the greatest shaft makers in golf, Aldova, and myself. We're going to go with A.J. Pierzynski. Beckham and the 1-0. In the right field, that's a can of corn.
You don't find too many pitchers in this day and age that actually reach all the way back, come straight over the top. Jim Palmer had that kind of motion, and of course he threw a lot harder. Stuff was a lot better, but it gives you an added element of deception, and at his velocities, he can use that deception. He's used it well.
Well, Jim Palmer, 8-time 20-game winner.
Yeah, he used it real well.
Yeah. Jim was a high fastball, curveball pitcher. Adam. And the count 2-0. Adam hitting at .219. Buddy has 23 homers, 53 knocked in. And he is just one behind. He leads the American League in walks, just one behind the Major League lead of Joey Votto. Votto has 58. And that takes a nice little bowling book bounce for Corey Hart. So a quick 1-2-3 inning after one, no score. Aramis Ramirez, the first pitch to him, leading off here in the top of the second, taken for a strike. Aramis hitting at .270, 9 homers and 42 driven in. 33-year-old veteran, 4 for 8 in this series. There's a chopper. One out. So here's Corey Hart hitting at .243, 15 homers and 33 driven in.
Corey's got some pretty big power to the opposite field. He is a very big man and loves the ball away.
First pitch strike. Corey, 6'6", 240 pounds.
Moved him from right field to play first base and has done such a good job that he's probably going to stay there.
One and two the count.
That's where Jose can get him and tie him up inside. He's not going to be able to do much with it. Inside off the plate. He couldn't handle it at all last pitch.
That's one reason he's off the plate so much. He doesn't like that ball from the left-hander down and in. Close, didn't get it. Into right field, that's a can of corn. 2 down.
What's made Quintana as tough as he's been this year is that he usually throws strike one. But more times than not, he's ahead in the count. Even if he doesn't throw strike one, he finds a way to get to 1 and 2 normally. And when he does that, he has most of these hitters swing at his pitches instead of having to come to them with their pitches.
Here's Ricky Weeks at 183, 5 homers, 20 driven in. I don't remember the last time I saw a rookie. Trying to think who is so impressive at pitching out of jams than this kid.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, we've seen him consistently not have 1, 2, 3 innings, and yet throw shutouts through 5, 6 innings.
Watch out. So that's the first hit of the ball game, coming with 2 out here in the top of the second.
Weeks, who got off to a terribly slow start this year, slips out of the box. And we've seen that a lot in this series for one reason or another.
How about John Buck the other day at Fenway? Did you see that?
No.
He hit a home run, and before he took his first step out, he pulled a hamstring or got a cramp. One of the two.
It had to be a cramp because I saw him hit a towering home run today.
Well, it was cramp then. It wasn't a hamstring.
He hit it a mile.
Takes the bunt. Hudson well back. Maldonado with an 0-1 count. Martin hitting a .254, 5 homers, 16 knocked in.
His bat has been a pleasant surprise because he came in with a reputation of being strictly a defensive catcher.
I was just talking right there with the mayor, Mean Joe Group, and the only other rookie I can see, he had the best 7 starts of any rookie I've ever seen. First 7 starts in the big league, Kip Wells, former number 1 with us. 7 outstanding starts in a row. There's the strike, and the count 1 and 2.
Wells always had a good arm. That wasn't the problem.
No, unfortunately, it was after the first 7.
It was
all downhill.
And it was on to the Pirates, I believe.
Whoa. Good throw gets him.
Yeah, if Adam doesn't get turned around, and it's a balk apparently called by Angel Campos, and I don't think Quintana can believe it, but it's going to hold. And I'm having a hard time figuring out why that was a balk. what, let's see. Now, the thing is, what he's saying is that he set the leg twice.
Or he moved his foot towards home plate and then pulled it back.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but he's on second base at any rate.
Yep. So that's the first balk that has been called on Quintana. And that's into left field. Tank comes on, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So the balk didn't hurt him. And we'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers for their support of local youth baseball leagues. Through the Chevy Youth Baseball Program, the local Chevrolet dealers support over 30,000 young ball players in their communities by providing leagues with equipment kits, instructional clinics, and financial support. From the big leagues to the youth leagues, Chevy is truly the official vehicle of baseball.
I'd like to send along get well wishes to Al Carpiak. That's from Bart Johnson, who was here today to commemorate that 1972 White Sox team. So get well soon, Art.
Well, he had some pretty good arms on that team. Bart Johnson had the best of all.
Well, he was something. He was really something.
He had some kind of great arm. It was unbelievable how much his fastball, how hard he threw and how much it moved. You don't see right-handers moving that much who are hard throwers. His was everywhere.
Then unfortunately, like so many guys who have great talent, he just got hurt.
Sir Gucifer, great arm. Terry Foster, great arm. He got away with a cookie right there. He hung it. And Paulie, that's out number one.
Fires throws the overhand curveball, but that one did absolutely nothing. Straight over the top, really the only kind of curveball you can throw is a 12-6, which goes straight down. That one just spun.
Former Minnesota and Washington great Camilo Pascual had that kind of a delivery. As Rios 4 for 7 in the series, and that's in the center field. Gomez, 2 down.
That ball started to accelerate. Gomez thought it was going to be a sinking line drive, came in and at the last minute realized that I better stop right here. That ball might go over my head.
So here's AJ hitting at 287, 12 homers and 41 driven in. Two and 0 the count. Outfield, for the most part, straight. They don't move around a whole bunch. Spread out. And the count 3-0. Turn him loose. And there is ball 4. So that's our first base runner. That'll bring up Tank. 3 for 4 last night. Homer, 4 big RBIs.
That doesn't happen too much. That's just the 16th walk this year. 223 at bats. 16th walk for AJ. But he's aboard for, last night it was hitting everything in sight.
Tank at 261, 13 homers and 34 driven in. Short lead by AJ. First pitch strike. And want to see a line drive last night.
Hanging curveball from Randy Wolf.
Just a bullet.
Roped right by the Bertucci boys.
Two balls and a strike. And voting is open for the All-Star game in Kansas City. Help send your favorite White Sox players to this year's All-Star game by voting up to 25 times at whitesox.com. Visit whitesox.com and cast your ballot now for your 2012 All-Stars. Vote early, vote often. Just underneath it. And Ms. Tourist calling off Cody Ramson, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. We're into the third, scoreless. Ransom is Turris, and back to the top of the order with Aoki. Cody Ransom, 36-year-old veteran, hitting at 206, 5 homers and 22 driven in. And the count 0-2.
Jose is hitting that outside corner with the backdoor breaking ball pretty well here this afternoon.
Outfield, straight up, gap out there in right center. And the 1-2 delivery. He gone. Second strikeout for Quintana.
Our Xfinity pitch tracks will show you this is a pretty good pitch. At most of the plate. Ransom didn't think so. But Angel Campos has a deciding vote.
Oh, yeah, nice pick. Adam Dunn, showtime. 2 down.
Outstanding effort by the big man as he dives to his right. He's playing Asturias well off the line. And Asturias thought it was going into right field. But Quintana gets there well ahead of Cesar Asturias, who now is hitting below 100 from the right side.
And there you're looking at one of the great guys in the game of baseball. Bob Uecker. Boy, he looks like $1 million, doesn't he?
Been through a lot of physical problems, but now he's 100% healthy, and he
what an
is
attitude he has.
What a beloved character, not only in Milwaukee but all over the country.
I've known Bob for 50 years. When I first played against him, he was a third-string catcher for Milwaukee. And really the reason he was on the ball club is there is a line drive. Cut it off. Nope, can't do it. So he's going to give it a shot. Good throw. He gone. They hit the cutoff man time after time again. Yes. We'll go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless. Mercy. Problems he's overcome with just the greatest of attitudes. He looks like $1 million now, but the first time I met Bob, he was catching down in West Palm Beach. And Warren Spahn was on the mound for the Braves. And I was a rookie. As here's Alexei. Alexei hitting at .236 a homer. He's driven in 32. So when I went up to the plate, Duke knew who I was. And he goes, all right, see what you can do with this old man's fastball. So I said, what? I'm in the box now. All of a sudden he throws a little fastball on the outside corner, strike one. He goes, well, one more time, Hawk. There's a curveball, misses. Sure enough, a little fastball on the outside corner. He said, look, this is the last time. One more time. All of a sudden, here comes that slider in. I almost broke my knuckles on it. He just started laughing.
Well, he was sensational on the Tonight Show. All of those appearances, self-deprecating humor.
He's a funny man.
And just in, knowing him in person, playing in golf tournaments with him, he's a very funny man.
Yeah. That's in the right field. Aoki. I'll tell you, the three funniest guys that I have ever seen and met in baseball. And not necessarily in order, are Euchre, Mantle, Mickey, and Art Kushner.
Artie Boy was on the last road trip with us.
Yeah. Oh, those three, I'll tell you what, they will absolutely. Steve Sachs was a funny guy, too. Steve would hold court on the bus going from the airport to the hotel. So here's Hudson. Orlando. At 167. And that's out of play.
And once again, living up to his billing, Fires is not overpowering, will throw some slow curveballs over the top. And when he throws that fastball, because of the angle it comes from, you just don't pick it up right away.
Ouch.
There's a little cutter that he threw in on his hands, and he fouled it straight down off his foot.
That hangs at 1-2.
Sometimes you get lucky when you draft, and Fires, 22nd round draft choice in 2009, briefly up with Milwaukee last year, was their organizational pitcher of the year, the minor league pitcher of the year last year, as he went a combined 13-3 overall.
Pretty good rip at that one. And Mark Burley's got Toronto shut out through 6 innings. And Mark's got a 4-0 lead.
He was throwing awfully good. They had what appeared to be a very bad collision between Reyes and Cousins in the outfield, but Reyes walked away from it.
And there's a little duck snort. Yeah.
Kind of drifts away. It's a straight change. And Orlando catches it off the end of the bat and just bloops it in front of Braun.
Orlando 1 for 2 in stolen bases. Sox 51. Stolen bases, been thrown out 18 times. So here's Diaza, called out on strikes. See if the second time around sees him a little better. First and 30. Alejandro. Beckham on deck. Decent lead, not big. Pull a string on him.
He does have a very good straight change. Because it's always around 79 or 80, you don't have a chance to really double clutch on it if you haven't seen it, and our guys haven't, of course. It becomes a little tougher to deal with. That one he almost threw away. Hard to throw it over the head of Hart, but you can certainly throw it by him.
Takes the bunt, takes the strike.
What's the difference with the first baseman playing in front of the runner as opposed to maybe a step behind him in a situation like this?
Personal preference. Some guys like to catch it more off the grass.
And that's what Hart is doing.
Yeah. That's the way when I played first. That's when I got as close to that grass as I could. Of course, the infields back in those days weren't quite as smooth as they are.
Not like this one, anyway.
No. No, in fact, some of them are just out and out rock piles.
Yeah. Is it going to pick up, let's say 2 hops on the grass, it's going to pick up more spin on the dirt part of it, or on this field? Is it pretty uniform?
No, when it hits that dirt, if it's got top spin, it's going to absolutely just eat you up if you're not ready for it. Most guys don't care how hard you hit it if they can get it off the grass. There he goes. And that's a souvenir left side. Today, of course, White Sox will on a White Sox first baseman. In 1972 American League Most Valuable Player Dick Allen. Prior to the game, Dick Allen is some kind of player. Everybody thinks he was just a good hitter. He was an awesome player.
Well, we're going to have not only Dick Allen, but my former roommate, Goose Gossett, up in the booth with us.
Sir Goosifer.
Yes, sir. He threw it real well for a long time.
He was a very, very intimidating pitcher.
Dick Allen throwing out the first pitch. A lot of his former teammates behind him. Still got something on it. Still kept it in the zone.
A little bigger lead by Hudson. Getting back positioning in first baseman. If you get a guy who's a legitimate, bona fide base stealer, you're better off playing a step and a half behind him and keep him thinking.
Thinking about getting hit if the ball comes over there.
That's part of it. There he goes. That ball in to short, right field. So 2 down. That'll bring in Beckham, who went out to Aoki. Now with the right-handed hitter up, Corey Hart will go back to normal positioning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for them. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for us here in the bottom of the 3rd inning if you're just tuning in. Talking about Burley and the Marlins, they have already passed 1 million in attendance, something they didn't do until late August last year.
Well, you can understand that, having ever been to that ballpark outside. Wow. New ballpark is gorgeous. And it's nice to see Mark Burley having the kind of game he's having today against the Blue Jays.
Shoves that one right side, Souvenir. After 3 in Houston, Cleveland leading the Stros 1-0. St. Louis leading Kansas City 3-2. Top of the second in Kansas City. Oh, and 2.
Maldonado looking over into the dugout. Most likely Jerry Nara, the bench coach for Ron Renicky, is giving him the signs. Former Major League catcher and Major League manager.
Here's the base hit. Atta boy, Gordon. Sully's happy.
Gordon's really starting to heat it up, and he's starting to heat it up to all fields. He's going to improve on that 246 batting average as he gets a high fastball, able to get on top of it and drive it through the left side.
So here's Adam. He grounded out to Corey Hart at first. Third ball low.
And Maldonado now going out to talk with Fires. Maldonado getting a golden opportunity. He wouldn't really have this but for Jonathan Lucroy getting hurt. Lucroy, the #1 catcher of this team, was hitting .345, 30 runs driven in on 5 homers in 43 games. And then he got hurt and opened the door for Maldonado to show what he can do.
Ball hit, but the shift is going to get it. Ricky Weeks is there. And that'll retire the side. We get a couple of hits. No errors, 2 left. We'll go to the 4th. No score.
Hall of Famer to my far right. First of all, I'll start with Dick Allen, 1972, the MVP of the American League. And tell us what you're doing these days and how you're feeling.
I'm feeling really good right now. Today's been really special, Steve. Even to see you and all the 72 former players that are really here. I feel like we kind of set a precedent. We played this game here in 72 with our feet a lot. And with our brain, mind, we played it with our feet a lot. You were just mentioning, I can't help but laugh. You better.
Well, I told the story that when I got traded in 1973 to the White Sox, Dick invited me to dinner. I thought that was really great. Here's one, the MVP, one of the stars of the team, inviting me to dinner. I was in the front waiting for him to come to dinner, and I was informed I was traded to the Cleveland Indians, my hometown, even up for Jack Brohammer, who was a delightful guy but couldn't play that well. At any rate, it never happened. I would have still been in that lobby, and Dick has yet to meet me for dinner, so that's why we were laughing.
I saw you with those batting gloves on.
And Goose Gossage was my former roommate, and Goose, number one, congratulations, being a Hall of Famer, well-deserved, and number two, tell us a little bit about the arms that came up during that 72-73 period with the White Sox. I mean, you were with Terry Forster, you were with Bart Johnson. You're with some young guys that threw unbelievably well. Of course, yourself.
Yeah, we had Terry Forster. Bart Johnson could throw it through a car wash without getting wet, and so could Forster. Forster probably had the greatest stuff I ever saw a pitcher have. And then he had a little arm trouble that brought him back to the kind of the rest of the pack. He was still ahead of the rest of the pack. But Sia Costa, Vicente Romo, we had some great arms on that staff, and including you, Stoney. And, it was little did I know at that time, being a rookie, that I was playing with the greatest player that I would ever play with. And all I wanted to do was put a big league uniform on, and I got to play 22 years in the big leagues, 9 different teams, and little did I know I was playing with the greatest player that I would ever see.
Well, that was Hank Allen. How was Dick?
That was Hank. Well, Hank was there too, but let me tell you, this guy, the MVP of the league that season, and Melton and I were just talking about all the great shots that he hit, just one right after the other. And let me tell you, all those home runs and all those RBIs that year were damage.
He told me, 1973, Mike Quire always starts him off with a slow curveball. Now, this is a true story. He told me that if he starts me off with a slow curveball in the first pitch tonight, I'm going to hit it over the roof. And at the time, I believe
over the roof, but out of here.
Well, you hit it over the roof. I believe that he was about the 11th man at the time to hit it over that roof, and you called your shot. That's pretty impressive.
Well, maybe so, trying to get us around, but at the same time, I'm overwhelmed by a lot of this, Steve. As Goose was just saying, you were a very important part of that pitching staff, and golly, I know you hurt your elbow, was it? Or was time that? And we lost you and Melton at the very same time. What a letdown. But the point I'm trying to make, though, in 72 and all that bunch, what a good time for me. We were doing more with enthusiasm than we were with experience. And like I was saying earlier, we played this game a lot back then here with our feet, and then we come at you, close that door with that pitching, and really a part of really my heart, really a part of that 72 club. They're very special to me. We learned a lot of ball together.
Hey,
guys, it's
great.
Stoney,
we got on his back and we rode him hard that year, man.
And then put him away wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the time, about the time when Bart Johnson was there, and he got a little wild over there in Cleveland.
A little.
Well, and I was hollering from first base, strike one, do it again. Do it again. He got there, got the second out. I was so enthused getting him back in the count. It was only 2 out. You remember the ball went to Louis and Shortstop, and I rolled that ball back to. I rolled that ball back to the mound. Jeez, they dang near tramped that home plate into the ground that deep. And I yelled at the bench, "You guys here!" I made an awful mistake. I gave up all those runs after we worked so hard to get there. I came in the dugout and I recalled in here, "You guys, I've fudged it up, as in candy, and don't you wait on me. I'll get that back." Of course, they'd already tied that game up, but I did, matter of fact, get that. I got the runs back.
I was just telling the story earlier.
So you see, these guys picked me up when I wasn't so much, I'd like to think I picked him up too when
You
things
picked
were down.
yourself
What
up
a
that
bunch.
time.
Well, guys, look, it's a pleasure to see you here. It's a wonderful day honoring that 72 team, and it's just great. It's great to see you back.
Thanks for having us, Steve. I see
My
the
pleasure.
Hawk over there. He could hit him.
Thanks,
a buck.
Roomy.
Okay, take care. Okay,
Yeah, good to
take
see
care.
you, buddy.
Thanks,
Bye,
man.
guys. Okay.
There's a pair that'll beat a full house right there. Two great players. Two great players. The 1-2 count to Ramirez. He did not go. I saw Dick Allen do something I've never seen anybody else do. Closest to it with Carlos Pena, but Dick Allen in 1962 was in the Eastern League of Williamsport. I was at Binghamton. His best bowl was about tops 400 feet. We go to spring training next year, him with the Phillies, me with Kansas City. He went from hitting 400 feet to 500 feet over the winter.
Well,
and he never picked up a weight.
I was going to say,
said, Dick, I said, what happened? He goes, Hawk, I just grew up.
he didn't like weights. He didn't think it was a good idea.
No.
Never touched one.
It
And
was
yet
a fine to use weights back in those days.
he was built like a real strong light heavyweight fighter. I mean, tremendously big upper body.
Built like Roy Jones Jr.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar.
And one of the sweetest guys, but one of the meanest players you ever want to play against. He and I almost got to it a couple of times. He was so ferocious, and he would absolutely take you into left field to break up a double play because he could fly.
Well, he came from an era where, you know, this fraternizing that goes on a lot today.
Didn't happen.
Guys sliding into second base when the pivot man is already nowhere near the bag. That didn't happen in that era. There was a lot of guys, if you were on the other team, even if they were a friend of yours, they wouldn't say a word to you. You might go out later that night, but they wouldn't talk to you on the field.
That's in the gap. Nobody's going to get that one. So with 2 out, Ramos picks up his 23rd two-bagger.
He wanted to go inside and got that one, unfortunately, low and away. And Ramirez, who does have very good and always has had good plate coverage, drives it by Viciedo. And in a 0-0 game, he's out in scoring position.
So here's Corey Hart. He went out to Alex in right field. Takes first pitch strike. Yeah, Don Drysdale used to swap stories about the National League, American League. He said the two guys in the National League could steal a base anytime they wanted to. Hank Aaron and Dick Allen. That ball hit well into right field. Stay in here. Yes! Yes! What a catch by Rios. He got a good jump, stayed right with it. Showtime! Mercy! Beautiful play by Rios to save at least one, maybe two.
This ball is out of the ballpark. He goes up over the wall, top of the glove, hits the wall, and brings it back. It's a 2-0 game, but for those heroics. The Anything's Possible replay is brought to you by the Illinois Lottery, who each day make anything possible.
Polly takes a curveball strike. Yes, that's one of the best catches we've seen all year right there. He got a tremendous jump as that ball was hit hard by Hart. Knew where the fence was and timed it perfectly.
Caught in the top of the glove, and if he's not 6'5", he's not going to make that play.
Pops it up right side. Hart.
Just excellent timing. Top of his jump, top of the glove. Hits the fence and brings it back in. And most unhappy, Corey Hart, but a good kick and catch.
Well, that's when you just got to tip your cap to a guy when he makes a play like that. And here he is. Alex 0 for 1. He lined out hard to Gomez in center. And that's full foul. 1-1 the count. Yeah, Goose threw one of the 2 pitches that I've ever seen in all the millions of pitches I've seen that I never saw. Curveball and 2 out. I was at the plate on one of them when Sam McDowell threw one that I never saw. I saw it when he left his hand, and that was it. And then Goose was pitching for the Yankees against Tony Perez at Fenway Park, and he threw him a fastball that looked like a laser beam coming up. It looked like one continuous line. And those are the only 2 pitches I've ever seen like that.
That one thrown to me, I hit Joe Torre, and I didn't hit him on purpose. He was the 3rd hitter in the 1st inning. And Bob Gibson threw one behind my head that I never saw. He must have thought I was the bravest guy in the world. I never moved. And I never moved because I didn't know it was there until it hit Jerry McNertney's glove right in back of my head. So I said, "Is it over?" He said, "Yeah, it's over." I said, "Does he know I didn't swing at Torre? It didn't hit Torre on purpose?" Because I don't think he cares. I said, "Okay, that was it."
AJ in the short right center. Aoki comes on, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the 5th. Still no runs across home plate.
FDIC.
0-3-0 for them. 0-2-0 for us. Another good pitching performance by both these guys, Fires and Quintana. So here's Ricky Weeks. He shot a single right back through the middle. And nice pick. Good throw. Yes. Beautiful play by Hudson. Saved a double.
There's been two of the best defensive plays back to back you'll see in a long time. This ball down the line. Weeks, despite having the ankle injury last year, still runs pretty well. Gets him by about a half step at first. Or maybe not. But he's out.
So here's Maldonado. Maldonado for 1, went out to Viciedo and left. Takes a strike. Quintana's dad is in attendance today. Jose from Barranquilla, Colombia. A little shank, and that's going to fall for a base hit. So there's a little duck snort. And White Sox fans, Hooters is the official road game restaurant of our White Sox. I mean, any Chicagoland area Hooters when our Sox are on the road to catch the games on their flat screen HD TVs and enjoy great Miller beer features. Hooters, the original wing joint. Of course, after this game, we will board our charter and head on over to Minnesota for a 3-game set, and then from there go to Yankee Stadium in the Bronx for a 4-game series.
Ransom acquired off waivers from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Doug Belvin's the GM who has really used that waiver wire. He's had to because of the multitude of injuries this year. Doug's been a pretty good GM for a long time.
We're going to go to Minneapolis and New York, and after this game, Milwaukee will board their charter and head on out to Cincinnati. There's a good strike, and the count 2-1. Boy, it really does my heart good to see those guys.
The two pretty good guys, and they're two great players.
All of them. Bart Johnson down there. Of course, Bill Melton, big part of that team. See him quite often. But those pitch didn't get it. AJ wanted that one.
Bart's had a lot of physical problems, a lot of foot and leg problems. He was one of the better scouts in baseball. I mean, he was a good one. And then really couldn't travel much anymore. But he knew his business.
One on, one out, to 3-1 pitch. Pops him up. Beckham's got a long way to go, and it's going to be to no avail. Full count. Yeah, I was in '86. I hired Dick Allen to come here and be Kenny Williams' personal hitting instructor.
I won't ask you how that worked out.
tell you one thing about Kenny. I'll tell you the story. Is that I talked with Dick about it. I talked with Alvin Dark, who was our head of our farm system. I brought him in, and I asked him to go down there and look at Kenny. Kenny was a 5-tool player. Joe McIlvain, who was the general manager of the Mets at the time, thought Kenny Williams was the best prospect in baseball. He wanted him so bad. So I had Alvin go down and look at him. And for a week or 10 days, Alvin called me back up, and I talked with Dick about it as well. He gone. Change up. Pull the string on him. And 2 out, and that'll bring up his tourists. Alvin told me, he said, Kenneth, he said, this young man can do it all, but he's going to have a tough time making it. And I said, why? He said, because he is too analytical. And Dick, in essence, said the same thing. He said he's got to he's got to stop analyzing everything so much. And Kenny could run, throw, hit with big power. Kenny could hit it close to 500 feet.
Well, that's exactly when Paul Konerko became a great hitter, is when he stopped the analytical aspect of his game.
Right on. Spot on right there, Steve. When he started getting into the approach rather than the mechanics. Alex is there, makes the catch, and already we're halfway home, still no score.
IC.
It will be the lower third of our order. Tank, Alexei, and Hudson. Tank 0 for 1, popped up to shortstop, got a fastball just underneath it.
We've had 3 base runners, and the second time through, we went the bottom part of the order. Started hitting the ball a bit harder than we've hit it so far.
Overhand curveball misses. One to count.
That's how an 88, 89 mile an hour fastball looks like it's 95 or 6. Face high from a straight overhand delivery.
Byers catches a break right there. 1-2. So that is out number one. Third strikeout for Fiers. And fans, this is your chance to win an A.J. Pierzynski autographed jersey and tell the Sox what you think. Simply log on to your computer and take a quick survey, and your answers are confidential. Visit whitesox.com/survey, and you must complete the survey before this game ends today to be eligible for the prize. And talking about A.J., Mike Rossi and Brenda Prudhomme. Their picks to click. Of course, Mike and Brenda are with the maker of the greatest shafts in golf, Aldola. I've been playing all those shafts since they first started, and I've tried them all: the Fujikura, Fubuki rather, and I always go back to the Aldola. I told you that new one that I just got, that Voodoo, put between 20-25 yards more distance on my tee shots.
I'm not sure you needed too much more distance, having seen you hit it a time or two.
It just
couldn't have made it hit it any straighter. I know that. Hitting them pretty straight now.
Well, that one that you're talking about was an Aldola as well. That ball into left field, and that's out number two. July 7th is a big day here at US Cellular Field. See our Sox take on the Blue Jays and enjoy the Orgullo Sox Festival presented by Xfinity and Sierra Mist Natural. Also, the first 20,000 fans in the ballpark get an Alexei Ramirez bobblehead. So purchase tickets by visiting whitesox.com or calling 866-SOX-GAME. Fouls that back in the count, 0-2. Alejandro Diaz on deck. Right here. Take him right here. Orlando. Off the end of the bat. Curveball. And a nice, easy, soft 1-2-3 inning for Fiers. He's retired the last 7, and there's still no score. Bruco here in the top of the 6th. No runs for them, no runs for us. Aoki has grounded to first, then back in the 3rd inning. He doubled into the gap in right center.
If you want to keep this one a 0-0 game, it's best to retire this guy. Norashika Aoki.
You're sitting on the third base side when this guy comes to the plate. You better hang loose.
He's going to foul a bunch of them that way.
Curveball.
He turns in that front foot. Most unusual style of hitting, but apparently he feels that it keeps him in the swing.
Full count. No walks, Jose. Softly hit. And the lead man down. So here's Gomez. Rios made a good catch on him back in the 1st inning. Then in the 4th, he grounded out to 3rd. Only one to count to the 26-year-old speedster. Top of the 6th in Pittsburgh, still 2-0 Tigers. Broken bat. 2 down.
Pittsburgh's actually tied that one up at 2-2 against Verlander.
Your iPad says 2-2?
It does, and it says the bottom of the 7th with a man at first and 1 out. So mine is moving along rather nicely.
Mine's in a rain delay.
That occasionally happens too. You got to reboot it.
I got to tell you what.
I was ready to boot this out of the booth, but now it's working good.
I got to get me another one. I love it, but it's just very inconsistent. So here is Ryan Braun. Braun has struck out and grounded to 3rd.
Minnesota did defeat Cincinnati 4-3. Aroldis Chapman, who I think has given up 5 runs this year, and is 4-4, lost that one.
Chapman gave up that 2-run homer to Asdrubal Cabrera when they were playing Cleveland. It was a game winner. Three and 0, and he's hitting. Line shot. Pull up. Okay. So the 3-0 count gets Braun a base hit.
18-game hitting streak. And one of the things you have to watch with Ryan Braun is his ability to steal bases. 13 for 18 this year.
And he's got a big lead. He had a bigger lead against Chris Sale in the opener, and then Sale promptly picked him off.
This so far has been a typical Jose Quintana game. He had a most unusual 1-2-3 first, and every inning after that, he's given up a base hit.
He just missed that one. And he knows it. He is a little upset with himself. Meanwhile, that'll retire the side. And we'll go to the bottom of the sixth. Top of the order.
Join the WGN Game Zone, where you can find up-to-the-minute stats and important game information. The Game Zone is sponsored by Safe Auto. Call 1-800-SAFE-AUTO now for a free quote with reduced rates up to 35%. Drive safe, spend less.
Piazza takes ball one, leading off here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Mike fires.
Been pretty good today.
Spinning a two-hit shutout.
Despite being around the plate a lot, he's only given up 2 home runs this year. That in 31 innings.
Down past Harrell.
There you look at the numbers. Most impressive. That's just his 5th walk of the season. That coming to AJ in the second inning.
Curveball. Got it.
Second time Diaz has gone down on strikes. High curveball, very slow, and in the zone.
So here's Beckham. He's 1 for 2. Takes it up on that curveball. Shot, base hit. So Gordon 2 for 3. More importantly, got a base runner.
Another high fastball, another base hit, only this one right by the glove of Fiers. It hit so hard that Weeks couldn't get to it. So Gordon's taking the ball back through the middle. He's also taking the ball into left field. Shows you that he's really starting to figure it out.
Here's Adam. He's hit the ball hard twice, once to first and then really crushed one to Ricky Weeks, who was out there in right field. And that positioning saved a run for the Brew Crew. Outfield straight up, spread out. A beautiful day here in the city, beautiful.
Supposedly some rain clouds moving in later, but none in evidence to this point.
Count evens at a ball and a strike. Konerko on deck. Fiers going into a stall mode here. There he goes. Safe. Takes up his third stolen base. More importantly, scoring position.
Wasn't the easiest pitch in the world for Maldonado to catch and throw, and did not make a good throw. Gordon got a great jump. This ball is down, as is the throw. No chance at all to get Gordon.
Well, Mark Wagner called a strike on Adam. Sacks it up. And there's the previous pitch. Said he wins. Two and two. Ball hit high and deep. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Gomez back on the track. Gordon will tag and move into third. He just missed it. Yeah, damn it.
Just not near as lively today as the flags appear to be blowing to the right field corner. There's a whole lot of other days in this series when that high changeup would have gone out of the ballpark that way, but not today. Gordon, realizing it's going to stay in the park, goes back to tag. Even though there's two outs, a lot easier to score from third base. Maybe a wild pitch on one of those curveballs.
So here's Paulie. Right man, right place, right time, right now. Out and around that. 0-1 to Konerko. And 0-2 the count to Pauly. Tigers have just taken a 3-2 lead over the Pirates. That game in the bottom of the 8th at PNC.
And Lance Lynn is finding life in Kansas City. Not all that great. Giving up 3 home runs, 2 to Mike Moustakas. He squandered a 5-2 lead. It's now 5-5.
Well, he may have left it all on the table against us.
Well, that night there wasn't anybody who was going to hit him.
No, it's one of those nights you got no chance.
But it's 96 degrees in Kansas City. And the ball does fly a bit during the daytime there.
Slow curveball got him, and that'll retire the side. We're going to the 7th. Still scoreless. That ball hit hard, deep, and off the wall. So Corey Hart starts off here in the top of the 7th with his 20th two-bagger.
He's the one guy in this lineup that has really hit Quintana hard. But for the heroics of Rios back in the 4th inning, he would have hit a 2-run homer. This is a rolling curveball right over the middle of the plate. And Hart almost puts a dent in the wall. That one didn't miss by much.
So here's Ricky Weeks. He's 1 for 2. Takes ball 1.
If you're on the mound here, you're trying to cut that fastball in on the hands of Weeks and make him pull the ball to the left side. He doesn't have a sacrifice. Odds are overwhelming. He's not going to be bunting. But you'd love him to leave Hart at second base after this at bat.
That strike evens the count at 1. Big pitch right here, the 1-1. And advantage goes to Weeks. 2-2 the count.
That was a real good pitch. That was another cut fastball right in on Weeks' hands. See where AJ sets up? That's a perfect pitch. Nothing he could do with that one.
Well, there was no way he was trying to do anything.
No, he was trying to pull the ball.
That's right. That was not a get-me-over swing. And nor was that, but that's 2 strikes, a little different story. Meanwhile, a big out. Softly hit ground ball.
That's exactly what Quintana was trying to do the entire at bat, and he got it done.
So here's Maldonado. Hit a little fly ball on the left. The tank caught. And then had a little duck snort single. Takes first pitch strike. One and one to count. Little chopper 2 hopper. So 2 out. That'll bring up Cody Ransom. Ransom called out on a fastball and swung at a changeup for strike 3. First pitch strike. And 0-2 the count.
Another good cutter well inside. Ransom identified it as a fastball. Looked like it was over the plate. Started his swing. By the time it got to AJ, it was a good 8 inches inside off the corner.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Nice stop by AJ. St. Louis is retaking the lead over Kansas City 6-5, top of the 6th at Kauffman Stadium. Two out. Hard at second. Hard high, slow low. He gone. He pitches over the leadoff double. Picks up his 4th strikeout, 7th inning stretch, still scoreless.
Baseball. Every inning after the first inning, Jose Quintana has had to pitch his way out of a jam. And last inning, no exception on the strikeout. He gets out of the inning. And there's his dad, who is absolutely ecstatic with his son's 7 goose eggs up on the board. Mr. Quintana, your son has really made a mark on this ball club.
I guess.
See what's possible with AT&T UVerse TV and AT&T high-speed internet. Rethink possible.
Here's Alex. Breaking ball strike. I keep waiting for the hammer to fall on Quintana.
It doesn't fall.
It's just not there.
It falls. It falls one hit at a time, and then that's it.
Now field straight up. Outside. Evens it counted 1. Wow.
Yeah, it's
not a good time to miss a pitch.
Yeah, there's a fairly substantial outside corner for Angel Campos, which from a pitching standpoint is terrific. From a hitting standpoint,
no.
You got no chance out there.
I mean, that's, same thing happened in the first game. Adam Dunn on an inside pitch on a 1-1 count, just set him right in the hole.
Well, what it does is it forces you to go after that outside pitch.
Well, it changes the whole at bat. It just changes the whole at bat from being an offensive hitter to a defensive hitter.
Fires has only walked 1. That AJ back in the second.
Call for base hit, Alex. Mr. Fires is adding a little gamesmanship in here, a little slow play.
Straight change got him.
1 out, and that'll bring up AJ.
.81 miles an hour, out of the zone. Looks like a fastball and just dives straight down.
Well, most great pitchers I've talked to all said the same thing. First, most important pitch in baseball is first pitch strike. And you have a few guys like Greg Maddux thinks the 1-1 pitch is the biggest pitch in the game.
Yeah, the reason I've always disagreed with him is that if you throw strike 1, you can get 0-2. If you're 1-1 already, 0-2 is out the window. If you're 0-2, it's a really difficult bat for the hitter.
Well, just check out the averages.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1-1. When you blow a 1-1 pitch on a hitter, it's not good, especially when it's bad call. That's out. Oh, and 2 the count to AJ. AJ has walked and he's gone out to right.
That one gets away on the off-speed pitch. Had AJ well out in front of it. They have a modified shift on him, playing him pretty much as a dead pull hitter in the infield. And AJ can't believe the call by Campos.
Well, both sides have been arguing with Campos all day long, so it's just not us. Brewer hitter's been upset with him as our hitters have.
Well, if you take a look at the reaction of Maldonado, watch his glove. He yanks it back toward the plate. AJ knows it's 4 inches off the outside corner. There's not much he can do with it.
Tank goes through it. He's 0 for 2, a pop to short, and a strikeout.
That Maldonado setup is reminiscent of Tony Pena and the way he used to set up. Right on the ground. That's about the lowest target you could get without having Mickey Rooney catch.
I think he wouldn't be there for long.
A couple of pitches, probably.
The 1-1. Two out and a 1-2. Fouls that back, and get your tickets now to win a 2012 White Sox Smart Passion Coupe. Tickets are available at USA Field and at WhiteSox.com. Proceeds benefit White Sox Charities. Chicago White Sox Charities would like to thank Smart of Orland Park for their generous donation. That is a beautiful vehicle. Chopper 2 hopper is Turris. And that'll retire the side. We're into the 8th. No score. First pitch strike to Cesar Izturis. Top of the 8th inning. No runs, 6 hits for them. No runs, 3 hits for us. Chopper up the middle. On the move. Nice play. Nice pick. 1 out.
This one not hit very hard. And Alexei able to get there and make the play.
was the shades of Tony Fernandez play right there. Tony Fernandez, former tall, lean, loosey-goosey shortstop for the Blue Jays.
Well, the Blue Jays, over the course of their history, brought up some great shortstops.
Aoki. And there's a little two-hopper. Gordon's got him. 2 down.
2 down, 97 pitches. Not quite as efficient as he was against the Dodgers, but equally as effective.
So here's Gomez.
Still haven't seen him bunt in this series. Most surprising. I know he does have a little pop, but he hasn't had much luck with Quintana to this point. Just trying to hit that one on the freeway.
He's got big power.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Big power. Doesn't make that kind of contact that often, but when he does, he can get airborne, and this goes a long way.
Oh, all he's thinking about is hitting it out of the park. He doesn't care where the ball is. Brian Bruni, listening in our pen, has twice. Gomez has looked like he's not seeing the ball. He just figures, I'm going to swing real hard, and maybe the ball is going to be by my bat.
Well, that has happened a lot of times. I guarantee you've thrown some home runs that you thought it was a good pitch.
Yeah.
The guy who hit it was the most surprised guy in the ballpark.
Right now is a good time for a straight change because looks like Gomez thinking fastball from the time he left the on-deck circle.
Pops him up into left center field. Nice 1-2-3 inning for Jose Quintana. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th, still no score. Bottom of the 8th inning, Alexei Ramirez to lead it off. He'll be followed by Hudson, then back to the top of the order with De Aza. Curveball hangs inside.
Alexei's hit the ball pretty hard twice, doesn't have anything to show for it.
He's due for a long one.
Last time he just missed one.
Here's a shot. If he gets it up, it's out of here. Meanwhile, the leadoff man aboard.
So for the third time, Alexei hits it hard. This time finds a place to nestle in left field. Now you'd have to figure that Orlando is laying one down.
Cody Ransom does. Well in on the grass at third, and Corey Hart will be charging. Takes a bunt, takes a breaking ball off the plate. Sox fans, every White Sox Friday home game is United Flyaway Friday. Each Friday home game, one lucky fan will have the chance to win 2 free round-trip tickets to anywhere in the continental United States that United Airlines flies. United, proud to fly the Chicago White Sox. Mark Seiple, Sparky, Mike Corrigan, Bobby. We're happy to be with them. Great job. And count 2-0. One thing about it, Corey Hart coming in, you don't want to let the corners take the bat out of the bunt out of your hands. That is a lost element of the game. No longer holds true.
The old half swing.
No. The managers used to tell you, hey, if those corners are going to take it away from you, you go ahead and cow down on them. And to count 3-0. Even better. Whatever happened to the bench jockeys? Squeeze it. Squeeze it.
Well, let's get young Jose a win here, because the last couple of times out, he could hardly have been any better. Francisco Rodriguez throwing in the bullpen.
There's one.
.100 pitches.
Nope. Took the bunt away from him. Can't let him do that. So 1 out, and that'll bring up Diaza. As I said, that's a lost element now. When they put the bunt sign on, they want you to bunt it. Yeah, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. And that's going to be in front of Braun. Now Hudson, as Diaza goes into second base. Ducks on the pond, 1 out. Yes. Aoki. And right.
Our 4th drive of the game. This ball is hit right off the end of the bat. It's down, and Diaza had a rough afternoon until this one. Might very well have set up the win as Aoki bobbles it. He thought he could make the catch. That one sinking in front of him. And that is going to be it as Renicky comes out. The day is done for Fiers, and Francisco Rodriguez will come in. So we'll step out and be back after these messages. Betting is provided by 97.5 FM ESPN Deportes, Chicago's first and only FM Spanish language sports radio station. So Francisco Rodriguez comes in at 0-4, the ERA just under 4. 11 walks, 30 strikeouts in those 32 and a third innings. He's always had a great overhand curveball. Gone are the days when he can be the superior closer that he once was with, at the time, the Anaheim Angels. Now he's a setup man for John Axford. The infield has to come in at all 4 positions for Gordon Beckham, who's had a good day.
So the 30-year-old right-hander, been around a long time and just still 30 years old. And here's Beckham. Gordon 2 for 3. And there's that yacker of Francisco Rodriguez. And the count 0-2 with Don on deck. And that's low. Took that pitch nice.
Rodriguez has 4 wild pitches this year, as you would expect from a guy who has as big and as hard-breaking a curveball as he has.
And that's going to be foul. You see now the importance of not letting those corners take a bunt out of your hands.
If he gets that done, it's a 1-run game. But
did not. 26,545. Two and two. And a chip off the bat. And fans, pack your tent because our Sox camp out, presented by Outdoor Channel, Xfinity, and Bass Pro Shops, is on Friday, June 29th. You can sleep on the field, watch the game. We'll be playing in the Bronx against the Yankees from the scoreboard and participate in fun activities. Tickets are on sale right now. WhiteSox.com/campout. But right here, Ducks on the pond, 1 out, and a 2-2 count to Beckham. Dig out.
Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach, now comes out to talk with Rodriguez. Gordon saw fastball, but this ball is well off the plate. And he comes away with no contact.
Adam today has hit the ball hard 3 times. Meanwhile, he's come up empty. Well, there's a big hole on the left side of that infield. Curveball strike. Adam is 1 for 4 against Rodriguez. Big motion and pull the string. Now he's in a big hole, nothing in 2.
Rodriguez reached back, got something extra there, and we got a break.
Watch out. Hudson at third. Diaz at second. 2 out. No runs, 6 hits, no errors for them. No runs, 5 hits, no errors for us if you're just tuning in. And a 1-2 count on Adam Dunn. Weeks way back out on the outfield grass. Two and two. Wild pitch or a pass ball. We'll take that.
Well, it'd be pretty tough to get one by Maldonado. He's been very good in this series.
We'll go to the ninth, still scoreless.
1 ERA just below 4. 9 for 10 in save opportunities, including one last night. Opponent's hitting just .213. And he's got to go right through the middle of the order. 3 very good right-hand hitters.
Here's the first one, Ryan Braun, 1 for 3. At a 3-0 count last time up. Rocketed a single into right field. If he gets it up, it's out of here. Meanwhile, first ball hunting pops it up. Alex, 1 pitch, 1 out.
Big first out because he can run.
Here's Ramirez. He's 1 for 3. A grounder to short, a double, and a pop up to short. That pop up he just missed. So another sensational job done by a 23-year-old rookie, Jose Quintana. And again, he's coming up empty.
He went 8 innings, didn't give up any runs, gave up 6 hits, didn't walk anybody. He fanned 4. Had a 1-2-3 inning in his first inning and a 1-2-3 inning in the 8th, which was his last inning, and 6 base hits in between, and nobody dented the plate.
0-2 the count for Ramos. And he has lowered his ERA, Quintana has, to 1.25.
Just terribly impressive every time he takes the baseball.
Strike on our guys.
No double set, everybody deep. Hudson right on the line at third.
That would have 96. That figures.
So the question now, if you're Ron Renicky, do you pinch run for Ramirez, who does not have any semblance of good speed? And it's answered. The answer is yes. Second hit of the day for Ramirez as he takes it through the left side. And I believe it's Nigel Morgan coming on the pinch run.
So here's Corey Hart. And a big lead by Morgan.
7 for 9 in stolen bases.
That's into right field, and that's going to fall for the base hit.
Unfortunately, Morgan didn't read that, because had he read it and realized how deep Rios was, he's standing at third base.
I don't think he checked his outfielders at all.
Couldn't have, because as hard as Hart has hit the ball, you have to realize how deep Rios is, and that ball bounced well in front of it.
Ricky Weeks will be the hitter. He's 1 for 3.
Bullpen up and going once again, and you have to wonder, with a 4-out save last night in less than 24 hours and the turnaround for Reed, he has a couple of good ones left. Got to keep a close eye on Morgan at second and look back at him a time or two, or he will take off.
Two balls and a strike with men on first and second, one out.
John Axford, the closer, loosening in the pen.
There they go.
But a bit of a break because Reed looked back only once. Both runners going, and now Gordon is going to come on and tell Addison, you got to look back a couple times. Veras, the curveballer, Axford, the fireballer. Veras if they don't score, Axford if they do.
The 2-2 pitch to Ricky Weeks.
And they're calling a balk, I believe.
Yep.
Now Hart doesn't know it's a balk. Now he's saying, no, it was timeout call. There's the timeout acknowledged. And then it was acknowledged by Angel Campos, and a balk was called by Mike Winters.
And the 2-2. He gone. Yes. 2 down.
Good fastball on the outer third, and he threw it right by Ricky Weeks. At 95, and now it's George Kataris, their number one pinch hitter and part-time catcher. 6 for 16 with a home run and 5 driven in as a pinch hitter.
That's pretty good.
Yes, indeed.
What they usually look for going up there. First ball, fastball. He got it, but it's inside. A 0-0 ball game here in the top of the 9th inning. That evens the count at 1. Kataris. Jacks it up and takes ball 2. Nigel Morgan is second. Corey Hart at first. And the count 3-1 with Cody Ransom on deck.
Oh, and they're going to get Nigel Morgan. Yes. So we get 2 breaks from him. One he didn't read, Rios in right field, and that one.
He thought it was a 3-2 count.
He thought it was a 3-2 count.
Yes, sir.
So we'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Still 0-0. Mercer.
You had a pinch runner put in that just forgets what the situation is. Like, for instance, is it 3-2 or 3-1? Out of the inning and into the bottom of the 9th, still no score. Gutierrez stays in the game behind the plate. And Jose Veras comes into the game. He does have a good overhand hook. He does have an ERA up over 4 and a record even at 3-3. The problem has been 20 walks in 31 innings. Problem for him, not a problem for our guys.
So here's Paulie. Paulie's due. He is 0 for 3 today, 1 for 11 in the series. Paulie's still trying to get over the residual effects of that sore wrist. Watch out. That breaking ball hangs inside. Rios on deck and AJ in the hole. Two and 0 the count. Houston leading Cleveland 5-1, bottom of the 8th inning. Probably looking for it, got it. And hammers it foul.
There's his fastball, tops out at 92-93. It's pretty straight. And the curveball is his pitch.
And the count's 3-1.
The advantage with Kotaras behind the plate, he does not throw as well as Maldonado if we get a running opportunity.
And the dreaded leadoff walk.
And that's the running opportunity, as you would think, that Lillibridge was come on to pinch run for him. There he is.
That'll bring up Rios. And a reminder, if you're hitting the road, take our Sox with you. Subscribe to MLB.tv today. See every White Sox out-of-market game live online or on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit WhiteSox.com to order. Alex is 0 for 3 today.
And he's the reason why this is a scoreless game. It was his catch of that drive that had cleared the wall off the bat of Corey Hart back in the 4th inning that kept it scoreless. Look at this timing. He pulls it back. That into the inning.
Gets that curveball over. 0-1 to count.
Kotaras looking over into the dugout to see if they might either want to throw to first or a pitch out.
Way outside. Well, some developing news from Boston is Kevin Youkilis was taken out of the ball game in the 7th inning and got hugs from all his teammates and standing ovation from the crowd. So evidently he has been traded.
Now we just have to find out where.
Well, the word right here that I'm getting is either that curveball popped up and it's going to be not playable. So the count 1-2 is between, according to this, us and Pittsburgh. All right, Alex, cinch it up and hunker down right here, big guy. There he goes. And they're going to double him up. So 2 out.
Not much you can do. He's standing on third base. If this ball just barely gets over the head of his tourist, it doesn't. Easy play after that. Although Hart has to knock it down. Lillibridge is going. He picks up where the ball is, but at that point, just playing too late. That's just bad luck, not bad base running.
So here's AJ. A walk. Fly out to right. And was called out on a very bad pitch. Viciato on deck. Now he's got the catbird seat. Big swing by AJ. Usually when he takes those big swings, he comes up empty. He's better when he is short and quick. And that's foul. So the count 2-2. And a note here on Quintana. You're just tuning in. Jose Quintana with 8 innings. He has now pitched 16 consecutive scoreless innings. He also has faced his last 97 batters without issuing a walk. That's the longest streak in baseball.
They're both pretty impressive stats for a rookie 23 years old.
And that's going to be a base hit.
Without the shift on, that's really at straightaway second base. But they put the shift on. And it turns into a potential winning run at first.
So here is Tank.
Because of the overshift, there's nobody at straightaway second.
So Mike Rossi and Brenda Prudhomme pick to click. Here from Aldilla. Golf shafts on first base. Jacks it up and takes ball 1. Top of the 8th in Kansas City. 10-6 St. Louis. Houston now leading Cleveland 7-1. Top of the 9th at Minute Maid. Took something off that curveball. Had him way out in front. Verlander goes the distance, throwing 117 pitches, beats Pittsburgh 3-2. Two and one. Curveball hangs inside. 3-1 to count with Alexa Ramirez on deck. There's a big guy, 6'6", 245 pounds. I get a piece of Contreras. Two out, full count. Aoki in right, he is deep. There he goes. And that's into right center field. Now they're going to hold A.J. at third on the single by Tank. And here comes Alexei.
Just a little more on this one, and A.J. might have been able to score. This is a curveball that rolled across, didn't break down. Anna puts runners to the corners. The winning run 90 feet away, and Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach now, meeting with everybody on the mound. Lexi has swung the bat pretty well today. And it sets up for some ninth inning heroics.
Alexei is 1 for 3. Just rocketed a single into left field, leading off last inning. They're not holding tank on, which sometimes that can be a mistake. You got a right-handed hitter up there. Although his run doesn't mean a thing.
Now, it could very well be that
you can beat a play in second base. That's the whole key.
If he does go to second, they might like the idea of maybe walking Ramirez to get to Hudson.
Well, if they were going to do that, just go ahead and walk with Alexei anyway, because his run doesn't mean anything. Whoa! Whoa!
Nice stop by Gutierrez.
Very nice stop by George Gutierrez. And to count 2-1.
Only one wild pitch this year by Veras. This is almost 2.
And to count 3-1. There goes Tank. And there's ball 4. Well, that will load him up. Hudson is 1 for 3. That little soft single back in the 3rd inning. Sacks packed with Sox. Looking for it, got it, and underneath it. Put a good pass on it. So if we can get some across here, we will move back into first place.
Courtesy of the Houston Astros.
Breaking ball outside, 1-1. Okay, we're extra innings here in a scoreless tie.
Features Tyler Flowers. Not only does Tyler protect home plate, doing a pretty good job of protecting second and third as well, having thrown out 8 of 12 would-be base stealers. This catcher profile is sponsored by Xfinity Home. Xfinity Home offers state-of-the-art features that help you stay connected to your home and family, anytime, anywhere. So we have a new pitcher coming in the game, the recently recalled Brian Bruni. Those are the numbers at Charlotte. The ERA, an excellent 185, 36 strikeouts in 34 innings. And he still has to face Gutierrez, who was up when Niger Morgan was thrown out, forgetting how many outs there were.
First pitch strike to George Gutierrez. Outfielder deep, especially Diaz in center. This is the 7th extra inning game for us. In the first 6, we have won 1. We have played 3 here at home, and we're 0-3. For the Brew Crew, this is the 10th extra inning game for them. For the first 9, they've won 4. They have played 4 on the road and won 1.
And the one they won, the opening game of the series. Very difficult to see a game go into extra innings at 0-0. Better yet to see 2 in 3 days.
Payoff pitch. Cody Ransom on deck, and shortstop Isturis in the hole. Oh, the leadoff walk. I guess it's all over Twitter that Kevin Youkilis is coming to the White Sox. So here's Ransom, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And that's up high.
Well, if Youkilis is indeed gone from Boston, he will have finished his last game of his Red Sox career 2 for 4 with a run batted in.
Yeah, I was reading my iPad MLB app this morning, and he said he feels great. Said he's swinging the bat great.
Tough to hit off the bench.
That new young rookie they got.
Yeah, Middlebrooks he's got to play every day.
Only 1 to count. Red Sox beat Atlanta at Fenway 9-4 in that game. There's a strike and the count 1-2. He gone.
It's a 4-bagger for Ransom today. 4 strikeouts. That one had the whole plate. Now we're going to see a pinch hitter for his Torres.
Taylor Green. All their pinch hitters are left-handed hitters. His Torres was 0 for 3 today. Here's Green at 205. Couple of homers, 10 knocked in. Takes first pitch strike. And the count 0-2.
Nobody throwing. It's Bruni against the world.
He gone. Gas at 94. 2 down.
All 3 pitches. Up. A little higher and a little higher than that. And Green goes down.
Aoki takes low ball 1. Aoki is 1 for 4, that double. Back in the 3rd inning, then tried to stretch it into a triple in the Sox with a perfect relay throw by Beckham. Nailed him easily at 3rd.
Real bad base running blunder by Aoki. This with 2 outs. Number 1, you got to know the arm of the cutoff man. Cutoff man was Gordon Beckham. He's got a shortstop's arm at 2nd. He was thrown out by 15 feet.
And the count 3-0 with Gomez on deck. So the second walk. And Gomez is 0 for 4 today. Went out to right. Rios made a nice catch on him. Twice he was grounded to 3rd. And he went out softly to center. Two on, 2 out, top of the 10th. No score in this ball game. Waves at that breaking pitch. And that's up high. So he's way on top in the count, 1-2.
Closer, John Axford, loosening up. It's also Manny Parra. If they don't score, not going to be Axford, I don't believe. It will be Parra if they go at all to the pen.
Pops him up. Adam makes the catch, and Brian Bruni looked like he went around Aoki to get to Gomez. Meanwhile, we'll go to the bottom of the 10th, still 0-0.
Taylor Green stays in the game to play third. And there is Manny Parra. 35 strikeouts. 32 1/3. Sometimes he can be a one-pitch pitcher. He's got a very good fastball. Was a starter at one point. Now working exclusively out of the pen. He does, however, lead this team in wild pitches, so if anybody gets on, that could come into play.
Top of the order for us. Diaza, 1 for 4, a double. Takes ball 1. And that's inside. Corners in close. And the count moves to 3-0 with Beckham on deck. And there's one. And we understand that there's an announcement to be made after the game.
Stay fair.
Yes, and it will. So Alejandro will start this off with a double. That's his 13th. And Beckham coming to the plate.
Three-1 fastball. They were all fastballs, and that's what Parra throws. And if he doesn't hit his spot perfectly, not that difficult to hit. So that's the winning run. Let's see what Robin wants to allow Gordon to do here.
Gordon is 2 for 4. 2 hard singles. Corners in close. Both of them on the grass. Aoki short out there in right field. And now Gomez, he can throw. He's got a gun. And that's a big out.
It's also a big reason why Aoki gave way to Gomez. He called for it even though he had to run away from his throwing arm. He had plenty of time to turn around. There's no place for Diaza to go.
So Adam Dunn will be the hitter. And Eduardo Escobar has come out on deck to hit in Canerco's spot for Lillibridge, who pinch ran for Paul. Adam 0 for 3 with a walk. Breaking ball misses. Check that. Adam 0 for 4 today. Paulie was 0 for 3 with a walk. That one at 93. Upstairs 2-0. Gets that 2-0 breaking ball over.
Adams not going to swing at that one, but it was there.
Checks it up and takes ball 3. And there's ball 4. That'll bring up Escobar. Eduardo hitting. For our Lillibridge, who went in, as I mentioned, to run for Canerco. That was last inning.
Rick Kranitz coming out. Wants to give his infield the scouting report on Escobar. Angel Campos wants to break this up.
Come on, Eduardo. Right man, right here. Takes ball 1. Okay, this little guy is not afraid to get a big base hit.
The ball hit hard, and this ball game is over. Eduardo Escobar comes through as the Sox take the rubber match of this 3-game set. They win it 7-0 on Escobar's base hit.
Well, he knew he was getting a fastball, and he got one, and they were shading him toward right center field. He hit it toward left center, and that ends yet another scoreless game into extra innings. As Eduardo comes out, got that fastball and drilled it, making a loser out of Manny Parra and a winner out of recently recalled Brian Rooney.
All right, Sox win it 1-0, move back into first place, and we'll be back.